Moving on, we have a special meeting of the Urbana City Council. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bowersox,
Present.
Mr. Garrick,
Here.
Mr. Lewis,
Here.
Ms. Marlin,
Present.
Mr. Roberts,
Here.
Mr. Smythe,
Here.
Ms. Stevenson,
Present.
Mayor Pressing.
Here. First thing is petitions and communications. Is there anyone who would like to address the Urbana City Council? Okay. Let's move on to ordinance number 2009-05-055, an ordinance approving a substantial amendment to the City of Urbana and Urbana-Champaign, Champaign County Home Consortium Consolidated Plan, Annual Action Plan. Okay. John Schneider.
Good evening. Just a little background. In March 2009, HUD notified the city of allocation of $125,097 of Community Development Block Grant funds, referred to as CDBG-R, pursuant to the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. In May, HUD released the guidelines for the city to receive the program funds. In order to do that, the city must substantially amend its Consolidated Plan Annual Action Plan for fiscal year 2008-2009 and have it submitted to HUD by June 5th, 2009. The substantial amendment proposes to allocate all of the CDBG-R funds to the Green Street, the reconstruction of Green Street from Vine Street to Cottage Grove Avenue and Census Tract 55 of the Urbana City's Community Development Target Area. Using the funding for this project meets the stated purpose of the ARRA by modernizing infrastructure. It also will have a positive economic impact by providing construction workers additional job opportunities for the upcoming construction season. And in addition, one of the directions from HUD was to consider allocating the funding on a local level to projects that are shovel-ready, and we work closely with the Public Works Department to ensure that this project is shovel-ready.
Thank you. Brandon.
Yeah, John, I support this, and after talking to you and reading the minutes, I do understand, I think, now what the CD commissioners were getting at. And I just wanted to make sure I understood for myself. Because we got this funding, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not that we're doing any additional construction immediately this summer than we would have otherwise. I mean, we have to have these shovel-ready projects. It's more so the case that there are fewer projects that we would defer to future summers and that we might see happening next summer that would otherwise have been pushed off to some summer farther out in the future. Am I right about that?
Right.
Okay.
Ann Martin.
Can you just tell me the boundaries of the target area, the community development target area?
Well, for since it's generally Washington Street on the south to the city limits. Generally, we have a map in community development. I can get that for you. It's also in our consolidated plan. Generally, Washington Street on the south to Vine Street, from Vine Street east to the city limits, then north to the city limits, and then it's University Avenue, generally University Avenue north of the city limits. So it's a pretty broad area of the city.
Thank you.
Charlie.
I'd like to move approval.
Second.
Motion by Smythe, seconded by Lewis. Any further discussion? Mr. Roberts.
Of course, this funding would affect, the ward that I dwell in, and I just would like to say that actually the Green Street project has been deferred for several years now. It's not the first time that the street project has been before us, and I think at least for 4 years we've knocked it back. So, maybe it's time and we're ready for it and the planning's been done. So it'll be a good project, and it's going to include, accessible walkways from the downtown all the way to Victory Park and Cottage Grove, and that's a major bus route. I think it's an appropriate job to take on. So I'd appreciate your support.
Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bowersox?
Yes.
Mr. Garrick?
Yes.
Mr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Marlin?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Smythe?
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson?
Yes.
That motion carries. Oh, okay. I guess we did have one person who wanted to speak at Petitions and Communications, or two people, actually, Jan Seeley and Mike Lindeman. Are they here? Would you please state your name and address and keep your remarks to 5 minutes? Thank you.
My name's Mike Lindeman. I live at 2121 Gun Drive in Champaign.
Jan Seeley, 411 Park Lane, also in Champaign.
We are here to represent the Illinois Marathon and Kashmir events, and we just wanted to tell you what a great success that the Illinois Marathon, first year of the Illinois Marathon was, and that we could not have done it without the help of the mayor, everyone here. The Urbana Parks Works was just tremendous help to us. The Urbana Police was even more help. I mean, it was totally between Champaign, Urbana, county, state. It was just a total community event. Most of the feedback we got from runners, walkers, was mainly the way the city of Urbana had come out and cheered everyone on. I mean, they were more enthused about people on the side of the streets yelling and cheering for everyone, and you know, it was just a great total event, and we wanted to show our appreciation with this little award here, and also a finisher's medal, because we couldn't have gotten to the finish line without the city of Champaign for sure. And the signs that you guys put up, I don't know if that was
Yeah,
public. The signs that you put up in Urbana were just fantastic, and the runners even commented about that, and that's something we didn't even know about until we saw them on the course. So with that, we got a finisher medal for you and this plaque, and you know, if you have any questions for us at all, we'd be glad to answer them for you.
Well, we thought it was a great event. We're happy to support it. So thank you very much.
If
Anybody want to say something? Oh,
yeah,
Charlie.
folks don't know, Mike and Jan were the local, two of the big local people on the ground organizing this thing, and they deserve a lot of thanks for putting it on, and I know how much work they did. So it was a great event. My wife ran it. She had a great time. So anyway, thank you.
You're welcome, and we look forward to showcasing Urbana for many, many years to come. We're close to having our date for next year. You'll be on the short list to learn when it is. So
Are they going to have it a little bit later? in the
we're
year?
hoping.
Okay.
It's
We lucked out pretty much on that.
the
day.
weather was
Yeah.
beautiful, and we hope to have a little later. A lot of that is conducive with the University of Illinois and football and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll like to present this to the mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned.